We saw another business, the belt. Excuse me for a second. The belt store, the sign over there was broken down for a little bit, and it was damaged. Let me show you what's happening. I'm actually on a tractor trailer, and this is going through the community of Neck. This is on First Neck Road.
Patrick Johnson is charged with capital murder in the shooting death of Officer Kerry Hollis.
I'm not in a lake. I'm actually on a boat in the Neck community. So we've been talking to people. We got on this boat just to check out this area.
You can see here behind me that police are in front of the home, and they have part of this block roped off with caution tape. They tell us that this call about the home invasion came in just before the call about those 2 teenagers who were shot.
An hour and a half ago, they came over here to help put out a fire, but the big problem is all of this water. The fire is at a home over in Marsh Villas, that is in Litchfield by the Sea.
Nobody was injured. That's the good news. He told me that, as you can see, the wheels came off of that trailer as it whipped its way around this curve. They're not sure how fast they were going, but as you mentioned, somehow caused this right here, the fire, which Birmingham Fire and Rescue right now working to put out.
These apartments are on 3rd Avenue, actually next to Regents Field, and many students live here.
Cameron Village, for the last few days, has looked more like a river or a lake compared to what it should be, a subdivision.
In 2002, AlDOT and its contractors rebuilt this bridge in record time, and crews worked fast. Within 6 days, plans were complete. You can see in the video they worked 24 hours a day. Within 37 days, this bridge was rebuilt.
And while all of the venues are in place for these games, there is still one potential hurdle, and that's how all 4,500 athletes will have a place to stay once the games come to Birmingham.
You can see winds uprooted this huge tree. Now it cut right through the house, but it missed that room on the left.
With cracked basketball courts and empty jungle gyms, Barker Park is just one of many in the city of Birmingham in need of repair. And with $10 million in their pocket, the city of Birmingham hopes to be able to fix it. Tim Pfeiffer says he has been working in excavation for 15 years.
I've had some stuff go wrong, but not like this.
After 2 failed attempts to bring down the Avondale Mills smokestack in front of an eager audience, Tim Pfeiffer took matters into his own hands.
They can't go forward as long as that thing's standing up because it wasn't structurally sound anymore.
After more than an hour inside an excavator, Pfeiffer was able to bring down the century-old tower. That's when the demolition almost turned deadly. Despite applause from the crowd, Pfeiffer's daughter, Allie, feared the worst. That's her you see running across the bottom of the screen.
I remember being halfway across the field, just looking at him and just like, I had to stop and I was like, I don't know if he made it and I can't make it that much closer.
Pfeiffer walked out with nothing more than a few scratches, in part, he believes, because of a split-second decision.
Stay in the hole. The cab is made for that thing to turn over on top of it. You know, and I was safer inside the cab than coming out of it.
His daughter says she plans to make sure her dad has many safer years ahead of him.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna bring 2 hard hats for him and be like, come on, Dad. Like, I might wrap him up in bubble wrap next time.
In Pell City, Stephen Quinn, ABC 3340.
It's a fun job. I like it. I like it a lot.
Cedric Perry sprays herbicides.
What we're really trying to do is beautify the city of Birmingham.
While it's a job that pays the bills, spraying is also what Perry looks forward to every day.
You know, since I've been out, this is the first real test that I ever had to go through as far as, you know, accomplishing something. And that's why I'm so passionate about spraying. Work takes away a lot of the negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whereas an item mine is the devil workshop.
Perry was released from prison 2 years ago after serving 23 years.
Well, I was in for murder.
Last year, Perry became a landscape crew leader for Birmingham Public Works Department, a time when initial job applications no longer ask for criminal history because of Mayor William Bell's executive order banning the box.
Every person that's been incarcerated, especially as long as I have, when you get out, you need to get you a job. But if people are still holding, you know, the ex-felon thing over your head, then you automatically got a dark cloud cast over you because that makes it harder for you to get, you know, work.
The city of Birmingham joined more than 100 municipalities in 20 states in the Ban the Box initiative. More than 25 private businesses in Birmingham have also now banned the box on some applications, a move that Perry says gives him a chance to succeed.
I just got me a house, brand new house. I have a new car. So, you know, I think I'm going in the right direction.
In death, as in life, Mother Mary Angelica was broadcast to the world.
And Mother Angelica did it all, you know. The name of Jesus is all over the world through the network that she did.
Today's funeral was televised on EWTN, the global Catholic news network she founded more than 3 decades ago with just $200. Father Thomas Wise was at St. Paul's Cathedral in 1962 when a young, unknown nun came to speak to the pastor.
And when she left, the pastor said to me, "I bet that little nun will do a lot of evangelization in Alabama." Well, what a prophetic thing to say, you know?
More than 50 years later, EWTN broadcasts 24 hours a day in 145 countries. To this day, its most well-known show was Mother Angelica Live, where the nun from Ohio answered questions on faith and other topics.
She wasn't afraid to say anything.
Friday's service was celebration of a woman's life who in death gave her network and her audience one final show.
It's like an invitation.
One some of her most loyal viewers could not pass up. Linda Ugalde and her sister flew to Alabama Wednesday from Reno, Nevada to be present for the funeral.
Mother Angelica's had an incredible impact on our whole family. Came 16 years ago and been coming since. It's touched a lot of lives, touched our family.
In Hanceville, Stephen Quinn, ABC 3340. Bullet holes and broken windows tell the story of what appears to be a random shooting. Surveillance cameras from the Jet Pep gas station in Brooksville capture the moment as a man runs inside for cover, urging anyone to call 911.
And hit.
3 people were injured. Deanna Morgan will never forget her first day at her new job. What were you expecting when you came into work today?
Not this.
After the shooting stopped, one woman injured during the gunfire ran inside. The owner of the store, Raj Patel, was the first to see her.
She was just so scared about it, you know, because she got shot in the chest.
I walk over there, we gave her paper towels, and I just seen blood everywhere. I didn't know where she was bleeding at.
About 45 minutes later, the chase with law enforcement brought the shooter right back past the gas station.
The next thing I know, the cops were chasing him down, got him, and then I heard he was dead.
The chase ended less than 1 mile from the station. Morgan plans to be back at work Wednesday.
No, I'm not going to quit because it could happen anywhere.
In Brooksville, Stephen Quinn, ABC 3340.